My name is Barb Warwick, and I am running for City Council here in District 5.
What I say is that Barb is a kind person. And one of the ways that she shows up as a kind person is that she listens well to the neighbors. She knows who people are, she knows what our needs are, and she gets personally involved to make sure that people have what they need. And now, sometimes people will confuse kindness with niceness. Niceness leaves things the way they are. Niceness leaves the status quo in place. It's kindness that changes things for the better.
Along with taking down the North Oakland connector, because we also did that. We also got the 93 running on the weekends, because they wasn't trying to give us that either, but we got that. Barb's a very powerful person. She knows the right people. She knows who to holler at. She knows who to scream at. She knows what letters to write. She knows who to send them to. If Barb can't get what we need done, then can't nobody get it done.
Barb is tireless, and she knows what we all know. The issues embodied in the MOC are way bigger than our affected neighborhoods in this district. I've watched her take that knowledge to heart and act on it, getting deeply involved with community organizations in Greenfield and Hazelwood, and developing relationships in Mayor Gainey's administration, all to advocate for the people who live here today.
So Barb and I both believe that our kids deserve the same developmental support that the more affluent schools take for granted. That's why when Barb approached me last year to join her in fundraising for a playground, I jumped at the opportunity to do something good for kids in the community during what's been a very tumultuous time. We now have over $90K fundraised for the playground, which is more than halfway to our goal of $150K. This has been possible because Barb is very effective at bringing people together to work for the common good.
I know that Barb has taken time out of her life to support public transit in Pittsburgh. Together, we went to Harrisburg to rally and lobby for statewide public transit funding. I also know that Barb has fought for what should be simple pedestrian improvements right here in our community and those next door that benefit all residents. So many of our communities are used as cut-throughs for speeding drivers, and Barb has fought time and time again to make sure that her neighbors are considered in the design of their own streets.
For the folks who haven't met me yet, and at this stage that is most people, I'm a working mom with 4 school-aged kids, and I live right here in 4 Mile Run. The thing that first got me thinking about running was when I went down to the city-county building to ask my council person what could be done to stop a shuttle road from being built through my neighborhood in Shenley Park. The purpose of this road was to serve the universities in Oakland, which are planning to expand to the new development right next door. I was told that there was nothing we could do, that it was a done deal, that the road was getting built whether the community needed it or not. But we fought that road. We built a coalition of friends, neighbors, public transit advocates, bike advocates, pedestrian advocates from across Greenfield, Hazelwood, Squirrel Hill, and the entire city of Pittsburgh. We came together, and for 6 years, we fought the Mon Oakland connector. And you know what? We won. We won. But it was through that fight that I really started to see that what was happening in the run was happening all around me. Engaged citizens, people like you and me who care about our communities, coming to the public meetings, writing the letters, giving our feedback to developers and elected officials, telling them what we need. We were telling them we need a grocery store, better bus service, and after-school program funding in Hazelwood and Glen Hazel. We need a playground at Greenfield School. We need our flooding fixed in the run. We need basic traffic calming and pedestrian safety improvements on Greenfield Ave and Hazelwood Ave and 2nd Ave and Beechwood Ave and Mifflin Road. Year after year after year, residents and local community groups have been asking for these things. And what do we get? We get development proposals that ignore our neighborhood plans. We get capital budget funding and grant money for projects we don't need and never asked for. We get excuses about why things can't be done because it's a PennDOT issue or a PWSA issue or a Pittsburgh Public School property or it's Peduto's fault or it's Domey's fault, as if our city council person isn't there to pick up the phone, set up a meeting, and advocate for us. To help guide these city and county and state agencies so that their work and their spending can meet our needs. But we never give up. That's right. We never give up because we love where we live. We never give up. And when we work together as communities, there is nothing that we can't do. Just look right here. Look around us. We've got community organizations in Hazelwood coming together to build their own co-op grocery store. We've got parents in Greenfield busting their butts to raise money so that the kids can have a playground at their school. We've got Run residents who stood up to the MOC and who continue to fight to get their flooding fixed. In less than a week, we had 550 people and more than 20 organizations sign a petition to open our local pool. We've got gardeners and environmentalists cleaning up our neighborhoods, planting flowers and trees, rehabilitating our greenways. We've got people collecting food donations, delivering meals to neighbors in need. We've got coaches and troop leaders and tutors volunteering their time so that our kids can have safe and nurturing places to go after school. And all those calls, emails, feedback forms, public statements in the middle of the workday, and community meetings at night, that's us. That is us, you guys. We are what make our communities run, and we know what our communities need. You see, District 5 is a microcosm of this whole city. We have some of the wealthiest and most powerful players, as well as some of the poorest and most vulnerable, and we have everyone in between. And the same issues that are affecting our city, economic and racial disparity, gentrification, skyrocketing housing costs and displacement, low wages, lack of childcare, crumbling infrastructure, flooding, air pollution, gun violence, it's all happening right here. And at the same time, we have got one of the biggest development projects in the county going up right down the street, right in our front yards. And this is a project, folks, that has so much potential to do good, but that could just as easily fall flat on the same old promises of equity, inclusion, and community benefit that we have heard so many times before. So we can't afford to wait. We need someone on City Council who is going to advocate for us. We need someone who we know isn't going to say one thing and do another. We need someone who will take action on behalf of our communities, especially when big money organizations are putting the pressure on to prioritize their interests over ours. We need more than a vanity candidate or someone looking for a career boost. We need someone who doesn't just show up to the parades and the barbecues, but who also comes to the community meetings. We need someone who responds to resident questions and concerns, someone who follows up, regardless of that resident's political sway or money or connections, or even how polite and eloquent they were about asking. So we're not going to wait. We're not going to wait and worry about who might be coming next. Instead, we are going to step up and take this seat on City Council for ourselves. But we can't do it alone. I cannot do this alone. Greenfield and Hazelwood can't do this alone. It's going to take all of us, all across this district. Greenfield, Hazelwood, Glen Hazel, Squirrel Hill South, Regent Square, Swisshelm Park, Lincoln Place, Hayes, New Homestead. It is going to take all of us. Because there is no way that the old school political networks that have been running Pittsburgh for decades are going to sit back and let a city council seat go to some mom from the run they've never heard of. They're going to fight, and as we just saw in this last election, they are ready to fight hard and dirty with a ton of money to back them up. So, as we embark on this together, and this is very important, we've got to be unified. We need to stop buying into the played out storyline that Greenfield can only have this because Squirrel Hill gets that, or that Lincoln Place can't have this because Hazelwood needs that. That is a false narrative, and it is intended to divide us. It is just another excuse for representatives who are not working hard enough and effectively enough for all of us. Friends, I want to be your city council person. I want this job, and I am ready to put in the work. I am ready to run this marathon with you, but I'm going to need your help. We have to get the word out so that every single person in District 5 and across this city knows who we are, why we are here, and knows that we are taking our seat on City Council. Thank you all so much for coming out. District 5, let's go get it.